Hello YouTube, I'm Rex96, and today I'm going to be talking about the fact that, as some of you may know, that I am an atheist. And what I want to talk about today is my reasons and the things that have happened in my life that have caused me to just go away from religion, to just leave it, to denounce it all. And I just think this would be better, and if anyone was to ask me why or anything, and for anything at another time, I think it would be better if I just have this video to explain my reasons. Right, so first I should start by saying that until about the age of 8, I was a devout Christian. I believed in God, I believed in the Bible, I believed in heaven and all that stuff. I truly believed in it, and yeah, I feared hell, and it actually made me quite fearful. And it was about the age of 8 that I started to have doubts. I started seeing things, because at that age, that was the age that I started realizing what the world around me actually was. When I was stopped being a kid and I was starting to become an adolescent, I was starting to become a teenager, because I was a very advanced person for my age. I've always thought ahead from where I am. I've always looked onto the future, and just being older than myself, I'm even described by people as someone who has the head of someone double my age. It's just always been that way. So at the age of 8, it was when I started seeing things and having things experienced to me that I would start to lose faith in God. And it was, to start, it was mostly stuff like TV and stuff like that, like news reports and stuff like that from like Africa and places where people were dying, and like disease and everything, and my mind was boggled by the fact that a loving God that I believed existed, would do something like that, would completely do something to anyone, regardless if they believed in that God or not. So it was at that point that I started to go into a sense of denial. It's true that for about 3 years after that, until I was about 11, I tried very much to continue my belief in God. And I would attend church like every Sunday, go to Sunday school and stuff like that. And for the first 2 years, I was not too doubtful to actually question it. I didn't get too far from it, and I still kind of believed it. But there was always that doubt. But it was when I started turning 11 that my real doubts started. At that age, I was going into my secondary education, and I was leaving my primary education, and I had been in it wasn't a Christian school, but it had very much Christian values. Had to sing the Lord's Prayer, read bits from the Bible, stories, stuff like that. It was a regular occurrence, and yeah, I learned that's what I believed. It was just part of it. But at the age of 11, that was when I moved into my secondary education, and my secondary education was not a Christian school. It didn't have a religion. It didn't swing to either way of religion. It didn't hold Christian values or anything. It was very much centered around education, as in sports, sciences, stuff like that. My school was that. And I did religious education in my secondary school. I hadn't really done it in my primary school. It was more of, it happened, but it wasn't a specific lesson. So I would start doing my religious education in secondary school. And as I was doing religious education, I started learning about other religions. And it was at that point that I started seeing the exact same inconsistencies that I saw in my own religion. The same sort of holes that I had seen for a long time in my own religion were in other religions as well. And it was at that point that the whole notion of a god or an omnipotent being just kind of broke. It kind of just shattered around me, and it was hard. And I had to deal with that for a couple of years. Like, I think it was actually last year that I actually came to terms with it completely. For like those 4 years until I was 15, it actually depressed me. And it actually got me to the point where I was in a very dark place. Only last year. And as it's come on and I've gotten to the end of my secondary education, I've learned more about science, I've learned more about the universe. And I think that's what saved me. I think that's what really pushed me into the field of being a bit unsure to positive. And I now am a full atheist. I do not believe that there is a God or there ever was a God. I believe that the universe was created with a Big Bang, all that, and everything is just pure chaos. There is no order. That's just what I believe. I just believe in science. I have faith in science. And that's how it ended. And I will admit that I do wish that it was real. I do wish that everything that they say about God was real, but too many things just go right against it. And as of now, it's actually against my personal beliefs as well. Stuff like abortion and stuff like that. I'm pro-choice. If a woman wants an abortion, especially if she's been raped, she deserves the right to. And no government body or religious body should have any say in that. That is my honest belief. But let's not go on all that. I'll make another video if that's what people want. But that is why I am an atheist. That is how I became an atheist. And it's actually kind of horrible to think about stuff that being an atheist would cause to my family, because a couple of years ago my nan died and she was a devout Christian, and she was the one who instilled the Christian beliefs into me as a child. But as I think about it, and I think that there is no heaven, there is no hell, nothing after death, I feel guilty, I have to admit. Somehow guilty that my nan believed that she believed that something that I don't. And I feel somehow that I'm kind of betraying her. But then I have to think that, would she really want me to go against my own personal beliefs simply for her religion? I honestly have to say that I don't think she would. I think she'd be angry at me to not follow my own beliefs. I think that would betray her more than following something blindly and not questioning it. And that scares me. It truly does. Everything about this scares me, but I can't believe in a God. I can't believe in it. Too many things in this world are too wrong to actually believe that there could be a God. And too many things just feel so inconsistent. So, yeah. I'm Rush96, and that was my, the reasons for me being an atheist. And some backstory too, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. Goodbye.